I ended up losing my job and couldn't afford my condo. Had to sell nearly all of my stuff because I was soon going to be homeless if I didn't downsize to an extreme. But I had a plan. I own a truck, so I found a $1,000 camper in good shape and put it on my truck just so I could live out of it for a while. It was supposed to be temporary, but I ended up living out of it far longer than I ever thought. I originally was hoping to be able to live out of the camper at my parents' house, where my brother and his family still reside as well. But when I asked my parents to let me stay for a while, they told me they had a full house, and didn't want me there unless I paid them exactly what it would cost to rent an apartment in the area. That was way too much just to park my camper. My parents called my camper an eyesore and told me to take a hike since we couldn't come to an agreement. My sister-in-law thought it was absolutely hilarious I had to live in a camper. My brother joined her in pointing at and mocking me while calling me a homeless bum. I parked my truck/camper in a store parking lot to sleep on the first night. Finding a stable place to park was pretty difficult, and I dealt with a bunch of things, everything from beggars and substance addicts, to people demanding I leave because my camper was an eyesore. When I finally landed a new job after months of searching, I practically lived in the back lot of the building by the warehouse in old employee parking spaces. My boss/company owner actually liked this arrangement because I was willingly available to take any shift I could get, so long as I had enough sleep. I was pretty much on call almost all the time when they needed me, and was working virtually every day of the week. I made a lot of overtime pay, and hands-on learned some new skills from other employees. Eventually, midway into this year, I landed a better position in the company as a supervisor, and started making a better salary than my old job. That's when I decided I wanted a house. The scare I'd gotten from losing my condo made me realize I needed something much more stable for the long term. I looked around for something close to my work, and just 2 miles away found a 3-bedroom manufactured home on a small property. I managed to get it for $10,000 less than the asking price. I used nearly my entire savings for a down payment and got approved for a home loan. I finally didn't have to live in a camper anymore. There was enough space for me to back my truck in behind the house to take the camper off to set it up in the backyard. You can now check if there is a part 3 by pressing share and more.